My dad said I was a beach just like my mother. He screamed it during my 17th birthday dinner at Applebee's. The whole restaurant went dead silent when he slammed his fist on the table. Mom had just dropped the bombshell that she was moving to Florida with her yoga instructor boyfriend, Derek. But then she turned to me and said, "And I think you should come with me. Fresh start in Florida." That's when Dad lost it completely. "You're both selfish beaches who abandon everything." His voice cracked. His face was red, veins popping like when he watched football. He wasn't just angry at Mom leaving. He was terrified I'd go with her and leave him with nothing. But here's the thing. He wasn't completely wrong about me being like Mom. For the past 2 years, I'd been living a double life that would make a CIA operative proud. While Dad thought I was destined to take over his auto shop, I'd been secretly orchestrating the greatest escape plan in our family's history. It started junior year when Mrs. Rivera pulled me aside after class. She said I had potential beyond our small Ohio town. "You should apply to universities," she said. Real ones. I researched everything. SAT prep books hidden under my mattress. College application deadlines memorized like prayer. Financial aid forms where I practiced Dad's signature hundreds of times. UCLA, NYU, University of Miami, Boston University, USC, Northwestern. I applied to 14 schools total, each one at least 1,000 miles away from home. The tricky part was intercepting the mail. Dad worked 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., so I'd race home during lunch to check our mailbox. Jerry always delivered around 1:30 p.m. I told teachers I had a medical condition requiring daily lunch breaks. They bought it because I was straight A. Every college letter went into a shoebox under my bed, next to my emergency granola bars and diary. The acceptance letters started arriving in March. First was UCLA, full academic scholarship. I had to bite my pillow to keep from screaming with joy. Then Boston University with their Dean's Excellence Award. Northwestern with a partial ride. By May, I had 7 acceptances and enough scholarship money to cover everything. Room, board, books, meal plan. I was getting out. But living the lie was exhausting. Dad would talk about expanding the shop, adding a second bay, how we'd be partners. The family business just like my dad wanted with me, he'd say. Except his dad died when Dad was 19, leaving him stuck with responsibilities he never chose. I couldn't tell him I'd rather die than spend my life changing oil filters. The night before graduation, everything fell apart. I came home to find Dad sitting on my bed, the shoebox open. Acceptance letters scattered across my bedspread like evidence. His hands shook as he read the UCLA letter for the 5th time. "Full scholarship," he whispered. "California." I stood in my doorway waiting for the explosion. For him to call me ungrateful, selfish, a liar. Instead, he carefully folded each letter and put them back. "When were you going to tell me?" His voice was so quiet I almost didn't hear him. I didn't know how. He nodded slowly, then walked to his dresser and pulled out his wallet. Inside was a stack of crumpled 20s, more cash than I'd ever seen him carry. "Your mom was right to leave," he said, counting out $500. "And you're right to go. I've been saving this for 2 years. Figured you'd need textbooks." I stared at the money in his outstretched hand. "You knew? Son, you think I didn't notice you practicing my signature on every scrap paper? Or your sudden medical condition requiring lunch breaks?" He smiled sadly. "I was 17 once too. I wanted out just as bad. But Grandpa died, and someone had to run the shop. When your mom said you should go with her tonight, I panicked. I thought I was losing you to her chaos instead of your own dreams. I called you both beaches because I was scared. Scared you'd leave like her, running from problems instead of towards something better. But this," he gestured to the letters, "this is running towards something. This is different." That's when I realized the truth. Dad wasn't angry that I was leaving. He was proud that I'd found a way out that he never could, and terrified I'd waste it on my mother's impulsiveness. "The beach doesn't fall far from the tree," he said, "and sometimes that's exactly what saves you." Turns out being called a beach like my mother wasn't an insult. It was a compliment disguised as criticism. And 3 months later, when I packed my car for California, Dad helped me load every single box.